Some say that he drove, some say that he literally caught the plane. But from what they showing on the footage is the plane. So I want y'all to really pay attention to this, man. Hit the subscribe button, like this video, man. I want y'all to listen to what the eyewitness got to say. I just want to let a lot of people know that go straight to the internet, do all this, and don't be able to back it up. So at the end of the day, we know for a fact that all the people who sitting back on the coattail, I read the title, y'all saw the thumbnail, man. Like real talk, man. People just sit back and look at them as if they playing games with each other. No, he should have never said that about his son. So at the end of the day, we know for a fact that anything is liable to happen. And at the end of the day, man, hit the subscribe button, share this video. Hey, I want y'all to know that Charleston White, man, he made a bad mistake, man. And I know a lot of people sit back and don't like Charleston White because he speak up for everything. But you got to understand, T.I. spoke up because of the same reason why Charleston White speak on things that has nothing to completely do with him. T.I. spoke up for something that has something to do with him. Y'all got to really understand this, man. And Boosie only was there because he shouldn't have said nothing. He came at Boosie first. Like, we all know this for a fact, but I know it's a lot of people don't like what nobody doing. It don't matter to me. At the end of the day, we gonna run it up. We're going to realize, we're going to check a bag, and we're going to realize, sit back and try to avoid like certain things, man, and try to really pay attention to what's really going on, because this could easily be avoided. Like, real talk, man, if we really pay attention to it, man, this is something that could really like react in a certain way where we won't know if Charleston White going to realize even get through this. Like, y'all gotta understand, man, this sad because they grown. Like, at the end of the day, man, that's it. If that's what y'all call setting a good example, that's what y'all call setting a good example. But so many people it's people in the comment section who wouldn't even stand up for they son. You feel me? Like, real talk, man. Like, you can tell just by how they speak and react on things. Like, you gotta really look at stuff, the logic of everything, man. Like, we know for a fact, man, everybody sat there and saw King instantly go in on Charleston White, all because Charleston White came at them. Like, you gotta understand, Charleston White came at King first. King never said nothing about Charleston White. So if a person want to sit back there and say this and that, they can say whatever they want to say, because I know so many people who wouldn't even ride for nobody. Like, at the end of the day, a lot of y'all care about yourself and don't care about nobody else but yourself. So therefore, things come behind that. That's why I always say, man, if you thorough to yourself, man, subscribe to the channel, because that means you smart. Like, real talk, man, at the end of the day, we know for a fact T.I., he's sitting back looking like, yeah, okay, think you finna keep playing, keep my son name out your mouth. You think you finna put my son name in your mouth and they ain't gonna say nothing? I got something for you. You ain't gonna, like, real talk, man, you ain't gonna really know what came in the door. You feel me? Like, this is something we all gotta pay attention to, because it's heating up now. By them even teaming up on him, he was out of line when he said he was gonna either send him up or send him to the feds. You gotta understand, man. You never tell another man you gonna get his son booked. You won't never do that. You can't. At the end of the day, we know for a fact you can't do that. Rule number 1: no telling on the guys. We all know this. And the DA and the feds, they looking at it like, man, Charleston White keep calling us.
I mean, it's crazy because it initially started with Charleston White talking about Boosie and gonna get picked up or whatever. And then all of a sudden, Tootie and King, T.I.'s son King, started like responding back, funny, responding through the internet to each other. and saying like, run, come up, we'll get you, whatever. And then somewhere along the line, they found, I guess they were in West Dallas, and Charleston White bumped into King and Tootie, and they somewhere along the line had a piece with them. So it sounds like, so Charleston White called the 5-0, and they came, and he was like in the video, like, oh, thank you, Mr. Police. I mean,
it really led him to the fact where he really was put in an uncomfortable position, because now Charleston White can't go nowhere.
Right.
Because they put them people on you, boy. You better fall back, boy. They already put the people on you, so you can't really say too much or even do too much. You have to send somebody out to go to the store for you, man, just because you tweaking, man.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the last thing that anybody wants to do, obviously. But like they just keep, it's a cycle of stuff that they keep going back and forth between all of them. It's like they be throwing out, old man Charleston White, all this stuff about him, and then he throws back about responding to like the kids as kids, and then also responding to T.I. and to Boosie, like responding to them, like as calling out, like a little kid's parent. But at the end of the day, he's getting involved with a lot of different people. And it is completely out of line for them to address the kids. But like a couple of weeks ago, Boosie was talking about Wade's son, you know what I'm talking about.
So T.I. goes on IG and goes off on Charleston White, wants to fight him because Charleston White basically dissed his son. And he was telling Charleston White, T.I. spoke out and said, you need to pick on somebody your own size. You need to pick on somebody your own age. He was talking about like who disses people like youngins these days like that. Why are you a 40, almost 50-year-old man? And he's dissing like kids. I think T.I.'s son is like 19 or something like that. And so, and you know how T.I. is, man. He used to be called the King of the South, and he used to have them blickies on him. And so he was telling him that he needs to come and check in with him and needs to run whatever beef he's got going on with T.I. directly instead of going on and dissing his son and stuff. And you know how Charleston White is, he always dissing everybody. He's always rubbing everyone the wrong way and going against the grain, man. And so basically what T.I. wants to do is he wants to challenge a boxing match or something. He wants to do a meetup in a parking lot or something with Charleston White because he's sick and tired of all this bickering and back and forth. And he doesn't have time to sit here and have his son be picked on or anything like that by anybody, man. And so like T.I. is the type of person where he thinks Charleston White is like bullying his son. And so what are you going to do? Like, I bet a lot of you guys have kids out there. So what would you do if Charleston White or somebody like that was bullying your kid? And so like, that's exactly the type of fire and the heat that
like, hold on.
Yeah.
Don't be talking about our son like that and
right.
what they do.
Right. T.I. said pull up on me. He said come out here. We'll see you if you want to leave. You'll be the winner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He said just pull up.
Yeah. He said you shouldn't have never went at his kids. But at the same time, his kids was out of line.
The kids were completely out of line too.
They even jumping grown folks' business. At the end of the day, we all know for a fact if you raise that, people sit there and look at you for being the person who talk out. They gonna tell you, man, keep your son in line, man.
Yep. And that's the thing, they be talking a whole lot of stuff. Once you put it out there, you put it out there. And you definitely do need to know where to draw the line because the kids are wrong. But as a parent, it's like you gotta shut it down. Like at some point, you just can't be talking reckless like that.
And T.I. only drove over there because he knew. T.I. know for a fact that he'll get out on Charleston White. T.I. got too many security and too many people that's gonna stand around and make sure don't nobody run up on him why he instantly getting down on Charleston White. And as you can see,
this, Tootie and King are standing up for their dads against the situation with Charleston White, calling out Charleston White, taking it to a whole nother level with him, as far as he being an older gentleman, and they're getting involved in business of their fathers. That at the end of the day, the fathers, Boosie is in no way, shape, or form do I think that he cannot defend himself. Of course he can. It's Boosie, you know what I mean? His son Tootie didn't really need to step in and stuff. And it's like, there's a lot that was said and a lot that was done. And at the end of the day, there's a whole lot of threats that are being made back and forth between all of them involved. And it's just turning into something really big. I mean, Charleston White is saying basically that T.I. and Boosie need to take control of the situation with their sons and get them like straightened up. Now, at this point, because the boys have made threats to Charleston White's trying to get the PD involved because he wants the boys to get in some sort of program, I guess, to get like straight or whatever. And right now, Charleston White's trying to call out T.I. and be like, you did some time for the pieces that you had. So you initially this, Tootie and King are standing up for their dads against the situation with Charleston White, calling out Charleston White, taking it to a whole nother level with him, as far as he being an older gentleman, and they're getting involved in business of their fathers. That at the end of the day, the fathers, Boosie is in no way, shape, or form do I think that he cannot defend himself. Of course he can. It's Boosie, you know what I mean? His son Tootie didn't really need to step in and stuff. And it's like, there's a lot that was said and a lot that was done. And at the end of the day, there's a whole lot of threats that are being made back and forth between all of them involved. And it's just turning into something really big. I mean, Charleston White is saying basically that T.I. and Boosie need to take control of the situation with their sons and get them like straightened up. Now, at this point, because the boys have made threats to Charleston White's trying to get the PD involved because he wants the boys to get in some sort of program, I guess, to get like straight or whatever. And right now, Charleston White's trying to call out T.I. and be like, you did some time for the pieces that you had, so you really aren't the best example, and look the way your son's going, and he needs some help, blah blah blah. And same with Boosie's son. Obviously, he's got his track record. We know whatever it is. But like, Charleston White really wants those boys to be getting in some program. But at the end of the day, he's making threats the threats are back and forth. So they're all grown, but they be throwing the heat, that's for sure. Hey guys, if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit like and subscribe. So there's a lot of talk and a lot of drama between Charleston White, T.I., Boosie's son, Tootie, and King, T.I.'s son. Apparently, it's like a whole lot of drama between them all. Originally, Charleston White called out Boosie. They got Kanye involved in there too because of the whole shirt with the White Lives Matter and Boosie against it, and and then Boosie's son Tootie speaking up and King speaking out about it all, initially defending their parents, and then it turning into, or his father rather, and then turning into something completely different altogether. And, you know, as far as like Charleston White being concerned about what these youngins.
I got the whole video, so make sure you watch it. I'm about to play it for you right now. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let's get right into it.
Hey, my mama raised a big. Your mama and dad raised a yellow freak. Yeah. That nigga T.I. son say, I'll whoop your old ass. Now T.I., you raising these kind of little yellow mother. Let him get on top of me.
Might be putting out there, you know, as far as threats and stuff or whatever. And he's trying to call out Boosie and T.I., you know, trying to get them to like, hey, get, you know, slap the awakening out of King and Tootie, but like they are all involved. And at the end of the day, as young as those boys are, they still are grown men too. You know what I mean? They are young men, and you know, once you put stuff out there, you can't take that stuff back that you be putting out there. You know, the thing is there's a lot of different things that were said and are continuing to be said, and it's, you know, something that initially started out pretty small is turning into a big, I guess you could say, like a big snowball effect. So needless to say, they've been all going back and forth at each other, like subliminally through the internet, which is crazy, instead of like actually like addressing each other, instead of just, you know.
I ain't got time. I ain't really got time. Hey, look, that's another thing, right? The devil used the hell out of me, especially with the internet, bro. The internet won't.
Organize your business all in one place.
Tough, not because I'm bad, not because I'm, you know, some kind of big ultimate gangster. It's because I've invested so much in myself, so much positive energy into these communities. Man, people ain't got nothing but love and respect for me, bro. I ain't got to look over my shoulder because I done told on nobody, because I done robbed nobody, because I done shot nobody.
There are more possessions reported today than at any other time in history.
I done did nothing. People, whatever people feel about me, they feel that way because of love. They feel that way because of love. And love is from God. Fear is of the devil. I don't operate in fear. I don't need no whole bunch of police around me to go nowhere. I don't need no whole bunch of security around me to go nowhere, bro. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. They will form, they will not prosper. If I had done told on somebody, man, got them a whole bunch of time, they'd have been shot me a long time ago. They been sent somebody to shoot me a long time ago. Don't worry about that. You can tell by how I move. Y'all gonna feed into the bull, man.
And King speaking out about it all, you know, initially defending their parents, and then it turning into, or father rather, and then turning into something completely different altogether. And, you know, as far
beginning of what I did, but it's not all that I do. This shit cannot be fabricated for 20-some years, bro.
Like, you never know what's gonna happen. Charleston White already pepper sprayed Soulja Boy at Rolling Loud, and so if he pepper sprays T.I. all in the same year, that would be one of the craziest runs of trolling that we've ever seen. And basically, that would make it to where that's gonna put Charleston White even more up in the clout and just getting attention to him, and he's just gonna have more and more people looking at him and stuff. But I think that he might have ran into the wrong one. Like, well, first of all, T.I. is not like Soulja Boy. And so what you got to understand is that it's going to be a whole different kind of outcome. You might see Charleston White being the one who's crying and da-da-da going down. He's going to have to actually call some people for real if it actually catches up and he goes toe-to-toe with T.I. Like, who would you guys put your money on, man? Like, comment down below and let me know exactly what would you think would happen if T.I. and Charleston White actually came face-to-face while they were at the height of their beef. And what's going on right now is that it's really heating up. And so you got to understand that these are grown men. And so, but the thing is that T.I. is really like acting like this because he's trying to defend his son. Like, he doesn't want anything to happen with the pepper spray to his son, or if he gets tased or anything like that. And so he'll rather have Charleston White step up to him and not have to have this thing where if anything does happen, then the whole internet is going to be talking about how T.I. should have defended his son from the beginning, or that da-da-da, or he added to the beef and made it to where somebody got hurt. You don't want to play around, man, and have anything like that happen. And so, you know, one thing could lead to another, but Charleston White and T.I. and beef is like an actual thing now. And so we would have never thought that at the beginning. A lot of people didn't expect that all these little things will happen with Charleston White and these celebrities and all of these rappers and stuff like that. But at this point, he's calling out everybody. And T.I., man, he got angry. It rubbed him the wrong way. And that he think that it went too far for him to be speaking on his son's name like that. And so he's saying, stop with the dissing, stop with the game, stop with all of that. He's not with it, and that he'll actually see him in person in real life. And so that's why everything is going to the level that it's going right now.
Making Charleston White check in, y'all. And if you really pay attention to it, he out of line as what they say. He out of line for even going at somebody who younger than him in the dough. Like, y'all got to really pay attention to it. And y'all got to look at the fact he can't come to Louisiana. Charleston White can't come to Atlanta. Y'all got to really pay attention to what's going on, man. T.I. is from Atlanta. Boosie is in Atlanta. And Boosie is from Louisiana. Y'all got to really look at what's really going on. And this something that we all could take heed to, because